Let's talk about 12 anxious behaviors that trigger me as a dismissive avoidant. Family, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Eleanor and this is Dismissible Me, where I speak only about dismissive avoidant attachment from the perspective of someone with a dismissive avoidant attachment style. Please like, share, and subscribe. Drop your attachment style below. Check out my previous videos in the playlist and find me on Instagram where I'm most active. All of my links are down below in the description box. And getting right into today's topic, anxious behaviors that trigger me as a dismissive avoidant attacher. Number 1, over texting and calling. It just seems to be too much all the time, or it can even be too much too soon. For me, a major red flag is right after I meet someone, them feeling the need to constantly text me multiple times throughout the day, every day, from the day that I meet them or the day after I meet them until the next time we meet. And what happens a lot of these times when somebody does that, you got about 48 hours to be on my phone crazy like that when I first meet you, and you will never meet me in person. A lot of people fall off right here doing that. Too much texting, too much calling too soon. I haven't even had a chance to go on a date with you. I don't even know your middle name yet, and you're blowing me up like this. It's too much. Double texting because I haven't gotten back to you in a time you feel like was fast enough, or calling me back to back. You're not my child. Why are you calling me like it's an emergency? What's going on? Another anxious behavior that triggers me deeply as a dismissive avoidant is the excessive need for my reassurance. Constantly asking me what I'm feeling, where I'm at with us, is everything okay, is annoying. It's irritating. And typically, if you're having to ask me those type of questions, you're asking me too soon, and it's probably too frequent. You don't need to continuously ask me that. It just gives me the vibes that there's some type of deep insecurity there that's not for me to work out. There's something going on your end that you need to work out, that you're constantly asking me for this reassurance. Clinginess, number 3, that really needs to be number 1. Wanting to spend all of our time together is too much. I have a life outside of this relationship. When I came into this world single, alone, and without you. Respectfully, I don't need to spend every waking moment with you. That's too much. I don't need to be texting you all day long, several times throughout the day. Don't ask me how I'm doing. I'm still breathing. I'm still thriving. I'm still surviving. Everything's okay. I'll talk to you when I'm ready to talk to you. Calling me every single day, and you don't have anything to say just to hear me breathe. Wild work. Please don't do this. It's annoying. Over analyzing my actions. Constantly trying to, quote, decode my behaviors, my text messages, what I mean. It's intrusive. It becomes excessive. It starts to feel like you're trying to diagnose me. And I just feel like if I wanted somebody to diagnose me, if I wanted to be with a therapist, I would be all up under Dr. Umar. So if you're not Dr. Umar and I'm not all up underneath you, there's no need for you to be over analyzing my actions. And that's going to roll me into the next thing. Trying to fix me. If you're not Dr. Umar, please don't play Dr. Phil with me. Okay? I might be from the projects, but I'm not a project. Just kidding. I'm definitely not from the projects at all. But I'm a person. I'm not a project. I don't need to be fixed. Okay? if I'm going to work on whatever it is that I need to work on as a person, I'm going to work on it with you, and I'm going to include you at the right times. It's not your job to assign yourself as the manager of whatever you feel like my flaws are. And I know somebody's like, how dare you say that? And you flaw find. I sure do. I flaw find in silence. How dare you flaw find out loud and point it out to me? Okay? Slow your roll. Trying to fix me. A no-no. Idealizing the relationship. This kind of falls into that overanalyzing, trying to fix. Idealizing the relationship and or me. Putting me on this pedestal. Putting this relationship on a pedestal. Okay? Thinking that you or this relationship or is going to fix me, or even crazier, thinking that I'm going to fix you and whatever you have going on, because I've never signed up to fix anybody. There's nobody that's dated me in the past that would be like, we fell out because Eleanor was trying to force me to change. No, I wasn't. I never did that. I accepted you for however you were. And that's the truth. Unless your behavior was unacceptable. I guess I got to put that disclaimer up there, don't I? Pushing for deep conversations too soon or too frequently, or even worse, both. Too soon and too frequently. Needing all that emotional depth too often, too soon is very draining for me. It raises my anxiety. It makes me totally uncomfortable, especially if we're talking about the too soon. It's like, dang, I haven't gotten to know you yet. I'm not even sure if I trust you like that. And here you are asking me all these deep questions. And there's the, frequency. If it's a frequently asking, for these deep emotional conversations, it's going to be like, damn, didn't we just have a conversation that was deep last week, 2 weeks, last month? How often are we going to do this? Is this going to be a daily, weekly occurrence? It's just going to seem overwhelming when even at my most severe, I still understood that there was a compromise. But when somebody isn't allowing me the space to also have space and talk about things when I'm ready, that also makes me feel suffocated. And again, like you're not hearing me, you're not seeing me, you don't really care about how I feel, you care about how I make you feel. And then I stop caring about how you feel altogether. Trying to force conflict resolution immediately. Stop trying to force me, okay, to come to a resolution that makes you feel comfortable right away. I might need space. I'm going to tell you right now, I absolutely need space. I'm going to need a little minute away from you to process what was said, what took place, and my feelings. And then I'm going to come back to this, and then we can have a cool, calm, adult conversation. Especially if you're getting very emotionally excited. There's a lot of yelling. Even worse, if you're freaking breaking down and crying. If you're throwing a temper tantrum, this isn't a time that's going to work for me for immediate conflict resolution. You're not cool and calm, so therefore we can't have a cool and calm conversation. So it's just going to be time for me to emotionally check out. Give me space. Respect my need for space during and after a conflict. I'm going to need you, anxious party, to soothe yourself while I'm soothing myself. Trying to become overly involved in my personal life. And what I'm specifically talking about is the desire to be included in everything that I have going on, knowing everyone that I know, knowing about my every move. What did they say? Well, what's going on with so-and-so? Cut it out, TMZ. Give me some space. I will tell you about what I want to tell you about my life when I'm ready to talk to you about it, and not a second before. What's with all this pressure to want to know what's going on with me? I'll let you know when it's the appropriate time. making me responsible for your emotional regulation. Please do not expect me to soothe your anxieties. Expecting me to regulate or soothe your anxiety and stresses is a surefire way to get your feelings hurt. That's not my strong suit. I will support you from the bench and cheer you on, but I'm not going to be holding your hand with you. I am going to expect you to handle your own emotional needs. I'm going to need that from you. Expecting me to mirror your level of intimacy. This is also a thing that has gotten a lot of people in trouble. The moving fast, the love bombing activities in an effort to get me to move quickly, to profess feelings I don't have, I'm not feeling, I don't even feel a rumbling in my tummy about anything. You're not even giving me butterflies. I need you to not think that just because you've decided that you're going to move at a certain pace, or even if you are actually in a certain place, that I am just supposed to match you. I know that I move slower than other people, which is why I disclose to you up front that I move very slow. So you're going to either have to respect where I'm at when it comes to the level of intimacy that I'm at versus where you are and wait for me to meet you halfway, or you're going to have to make that tough decision to cut ties and move on to somebody else who's potentially more compatible with you. And number 12, attempting to use jealousy to get my attention or to punish me. This is also another great way to end up getting your feelings hurt, to end up getting what I now know and understand to be discarded, and for me to end up going no contact with you and not speaking to you anymore. Because I don't do that jealousy game. I don't move around like that. I don't play those type of games. So if your best move is to try to make me jealous, you're going to be feeling alone. Because I'm not even going to address it with you. I'm just going to go, oh, that's how they move? I don't like that. My husband wouldn't do that. So you're not the one, because the one wouldn't treat me like this. They wouldn't make me feel jealous or attempt to make me feel any type of way insecure in our relationship. So it's time for me to, exit stage left. So to do a quick rundown of the anxious behaviors that trigger me as a dismissive avoidant: over texting and calling, excessive need for my reassurance, clinginess, over analyzing my actions, trying to fix me, idealizing me or the relationship, pushing for deep conversations too soon or too frequently, trying to force conflict resolution immediately, trying to become overly involved in my personal life, making me responsible for your emotional regulation, expecting me to mirror your level of intimacy, and attempting to use jealousy to get my attention or to punish me. Woo, you will absolutely trigger the F out of me and probably get me to run as quickly in the opposite direction as I can possibly go if you exhibit too many of these behaviors. 1 is one thing, but 2 and 3 and 7 is far too much. Family, thank you so much for your time. Let me know what resonated for you. Drop your attachment style down below. Like, share, subscribe, check the playlist, find me on Instagram. All of my links are down below. And family, I will be tapping in with you very soon. Keep it real.